When I first designed the ESD rifle sling, I designed it slick, and I did so for a plethora of reasons. Now, after years of you asking and years of us testing and developing, we have the padded ESD rifle sling. We really wanted to take our time in developing this project and make sure that we did it right the first time. It's a lot more complicated than you'd think. You can't just slap a pad onto a sling and call it good. I know companies have tried this, but there's lots of performance issues that run into it. We set out to go and develop this for a wide range of reasons, mostly for comfort. For guys who are on a patrol or going to be static for long periods of time, or if you have to pull security and you're going to be standing in one position for 12 plus hours, having a padded rifle sling makes a lot of sense, especially for heavy weapons. However, a lot of padded slings that are on the market aren't actually padded, don't displace weight properly, and in a lot of cases, our traditional slick sling is actually way more comfortable than those slings. So when we developed this, we wanted to set out to develop the ultimate padded rifle sling that doesn't compromise on performance and truly gives you the most comfort you can get in a rifle sling. To start out, we kept the exact same front section of our traditional ESD sling. The reason being is it's a tried and true product that we know has been used in all sorts of environments with thousands of different end users, from the highest level in special operations to casual shooters across the world. It's tried and true, it's been vetted by some of the most elite warriors in the world, and it just performs. It also keeps features that no other slings on the market offer, like the elastic retention through here. So this regulates the webbing as it moves. So if you're going and adjusting it, you always have consistent, reliable adjustment. You can also take the rear section of your sling and stow it into this elastic regulator, and we've maintained that with the padded sling. The pull tab is designed so that way it'll break away at around 45 pounds of pull force if it gets snagged on something, but you can still operate that section without it. And when you do have it, it's now going and making a much more reliable, easy to access, and consistent grabbing location to go and manipulate your rifle sling. In the front section, you have an open-ended bit that's folded over and bar tacked. This is designed so that way you can use any universal mounting system you want. Paracord guides, QD swivels, HK hooks, you name it, it allows for that open end through here. Now, we'll be diving into an installation video for the padded sling and for the traditional ESD sling. You can watch that video below to learn how to properly set this up to your body and to your weapon system. So when we developed the padded sling, we wanted to ensure that you had that same functionality from the traditional ESD sling. You can stow the sling into the quick adjust, or you can take the quick adjust and stow that into the padded section of the sling. So I can have this tight up against my rifle, whether it's inside of a vehicle or if you're leaving this inside of a safe, you don't have to worry about this getting caught on everything else inside of that environment. However, if your overall length adjustment section is too short to go make it to your elastic regulator for storage, you can take the front section of your sling and you can actually go stow it inside of the pad now. Because of the four-way stretch fabric through here, this is going to go and expand and then also contract, so now the webbing that's being fed through here is going to have tension on it, so it's going to go hold up to the side of your rifle, and not have to be dangling around anywhere. And when you want to go deploy it, it's going to go stretch out of the way too, so you can deploy it just like you would traditionally deploy your normal ESD sling. Regardless of your weapon system and how you have it set up, you'll still be able to stow your sling in a neat and tidy way. So let's dive into what makes this sling different from the traditional ESD sling. That's the rear section, that's the padded section. This is why you're here. When we designed the padded rifle sling, we wanted to ensure that it could fit a wide range of people. You're different from everyone else that's going to be out there. Whether you are smaller or you are larger, whether it's height or weight or muscle build or the gear that you're wearing, everyone's going to be set up slightly differently. Traditionally, padded slings will have one length adjustment location aside from your quick adjust. This is to go and attach your sling to your rifle and to go place your pad. But a lot of times you might be able to have the sling set up perfectly for overall length and the pad's not going to be in the right place. Or you might get the pad in the right place, but the length is now too small or too long to go and fit to your body properly. What we did differently is we created two adjustment locations on our pad. You have the rear section, which is set up to go and position the pad and attach it to your rifle. And you have the front overall length adjustment here. This is to go and set the sling exactly at the length that you need for your body, for your weapon system. This is also adjustable in a really simple and easy way, just like our traditional sling. So you don't have to do a bunch of weaving or anything like that. You can simply slide the webbing through here and get it to the proper length that you want, and then stow any of the excess webbing back into the pad. This means that if you're going to be changing up your equipment, or if you're put on a little bit more weight, or you have this going to someone else, whether it's your wife, someone else on the team, whoever it is, if there's a body size change, you can adapt this easily to them, and you don't have to spend a bunch of time going and manipulating the webbing. So, traditionally speaking, a lot of pads on slings have different performance issues for a wide range of reasons. One of the main things that we notice is a lot of them don't actually displace the weight properly. And what I mean by that is if you have 1-inch webbing as the core going all the way through your padded sling, and then you go and take some foam and you put it underneath here. When I go and apply pressure, because this is going to be the weight of the rifle, down onto here, all that happens is that 1-inch webbing compresses the padding, and the edges of the padding go and wrap around that. So you might have a 2-inch pad, but if it has a core section that's 1 inch all the way through, it's not actually displacing that weight properly, especially if this is hard sewn in through here. So we wanted to dive into that and develop a system that actually spreads the weight of whatever the width of the pad is. To do so, we actually go and cut the webbing through on each side and have it bar tacked into the actual body through here. So there's no webbing core going through this. Now, to go and build the reliability and strength that we need, we orient the 500 denier cordura through here in its strongest pull force direction. We also go and stitch through all of the foam here to go and prevent the main core body of this from twisting or anything of the like. And we go and bar tack the ends where the webbing goes through and stops. Now what happens when you do this is you go and actually displace the weight properly across your shoulder, across your body, and it's using the full width of the pad through here. It's not just compressing that foam through the 1-inch width that's going all the way through. So not only is this going to actually be comfortable because of the padding that's in here, it's going to go and displace that weight properly. So now it's taking up more area on your shoulder and digging in a little bit less. This is going to make for a much more comfortable system. One of the other things that increases comfort through here is the actual foam that we're using. A lot of companies don't even use foam. They might use just cordura or maybe spacer mesh, but using a proper closed cell foam like you would in backpack straps will actually go and increase that comfort drastically. One of the other things we did differently is we make sure that there's no seam that's going to be exposed to your neck. The body of this sling that's going to be in contact with your neck is a 4-way stretch material that's really soft and comfortable. It also has a high abrasion resistance and isn't going to go and cause a lot of friction or any sort of burn against your neck as you go and manipulate your rifle. Rather than going and doing an easy manufacturing method, which would be to just take edge binding tape and seal these edges through here, we optimized the sling to go and prevent any edges from being exposed to your neck. The way that we did this too is that we made sure that the seam is actually going to be on the top face of the pad, so that way where it intersects with cordura is no longer going to make any contact to your neck, which is going to increase comfort. Edge binding tape is a great tool in a lot of ways, but it's not something you want up against your neck, especially if you're doing a lot of movement or anything of the like. By having these seams on the top through here, this is never exposed to your neck, and it's going to go and prevent any sort of chafing or anything of the like. In the front section of our pad, where you have the overall length adjustment, you have a nice Made in USA tag. This tag also specifies Berry compliancy, which means that every single component of this rifle sling is made in the United States. From the die to the thread, all the stitching, every single component of this is made here in the United States. What's also cool about this is we have an integrated loop. The reason for this is so you can take a carabiner and clip this into your belt when you're doing any sort of tripod shooting. Now what that does is it allows you to load the rifle sling and rifle into your tripod and cut out any excess slack. It means your wobble zone's a lot less and gives you a really stable shooting platform. What's also cool about this is if you're doing any sort of maritime operations, you're on a Zodiac with tether lines, you can go carabine your rifle sling into those tether lines and you have one place that you can do so every time. Rather than going and tying a carabiner onto your rifle or going and clipping onto your sling and having it move all over the place, you have one static location you can clip to every time. This tag and loop is made out of 500 denier Cordura laminate, so it's a really reliable, strong material that you can go and load that tripod into properly and not worry about it coming loose. We spent a lot of time developing this rifle sling, paying attention to all the little details about it. We wanted to ensure that it was premium across the board in its performance, in its comfort, in the materials, so much so that we have a nice embroidered ES through here. You have the integrated carabiner location and custom tag through here. You can go stow the webbing. All these fantastic features to go and give you the ultimate padded rifle sling. From comfort to performance, we compromised on nothing. The ESD padded rifle sling is available on our website, through our dealers, and if you're looking at bulk purchasing for military or law enforcement orders, you can contact us directly for that pricing. It comes in a wide range of colors. We're offering some of the multicam spectrum, solid colors like Ranger Green, Coyote Brown, Wolf Gray, and we'll have a lot more colorways coming in the near future. We're extremely proud of this product. We spent a lot of time paying attention to all the little details to ultimately yield what we think is the best padded sling on the market. And we did so because you've been asking for it for years, and we wanted to make sure that we delivered to you a product the right way the first time. Because of you guys, we were able to go and be successful as a company. We're able to go and keep releasing cool products that challenge the industry standards. Whether it's a like, it's a comment, it's a share, or it's you physically purchasing one of our products, we just want to say thank you. Without you, we couldn't be where we are today, and we couldn't be developing these awesome products that are going to go help people. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, thank you for supporting, however that may be. We're extremely grateful for you, and we are so excited to keep releasing products that challenge the industry standards like we are today.